order something, whether it's online or in person, and the service or the item you ordered is wrong? How does that make you feel? And what do you usually do? I've been in customer service most of my working life, so I've seen a bunch of situations that mistakes were made. From folks making a huge deal out of something tiny with some heavy hints about wanting something free or a discount, to something pretty big, like a man sitting in a big group having dinner at a nice restaurant, and the busboy is serving him a ice cold water, while at the same time holding a tray of 20 ice waters. Then the busboy reaches over to set the cup down in front of this man and accidentally tips the tray, and 20 ice waters fall on this man's back of the head, back of the neck, shoulders, back. Ultimately falls down the front. He is drenched in ice and ice cold water. Everybody at the table was silent and just stared at the man. There was like 40 people at the table. When the waters hit, he gasped, stood up really tall in his chair, arched his back, closed his eyes real deep, and looked up. And in a loud voice, he said, "Thank you. That felt so good." His whole table just broke out, busting up laughing. The man didn't say nothing to nobody, no supervisor, no manager, didn't even mention it to his waiter, not a word. And just a side note, I know this story so well and in such details because I was the busboy who spilt the waters. And just as a side note, I did get him a dry t-shirt from the gift shop. When I gave it to him, the man got up and gave me a big old bear hug. I'll never forget that incident. But I recently was watching a video of this guy who orders his coffee and orders his biscuit in a drive-thru, then goes parks his car in this really cool kind of like beautiful scenery area where through his back window and his side windows you see like a beautiful skyline with trees and hills. It's really nice. Then he sits in his car and he records his video while he's enjoying his coffee and eating his biscuit. This particular time though, he opened his bag, reached in and said, "Oh, they messed up my order. This is not a biscuit. This is a muffin." And he kind of looked at it for a couple seconds and says, "What a great opportunity to try their muffins. I would have never tried them on my own. I'm kind of glad that they made the mistake. Now I'm kind of forced to try their muffins." Then he went along and did his thing on his video, got to the end, and as he's cleaning his fingers and sipping his coffee and then kind of wiping his mouth, wrinkling up the little paper that the muffin came in, throwing it in the bag, he said, "Man, that muffin was good. I think I'll get it next time." I thought that was so cool of him. Just his attitude, his perspective towards the whole order mess up and instead of the biscuit and getting the muffin. Especially the part where he said, "This is a great opportunity to try their muffin. Something I wouldn't have done on my own." What a great perspective. I bet that when that guy makes a mistake that affects others, he rarely sees any kind of consequence because of that mistake. That's just a guess though. And I guess that because of his attitude when others make mistakes on him. Ever since I saw that video, I decided to adopt the same attitude as that guy. And man, not only does it feel great when it does happen, and I've noticed that after I had that attitude shift, rarely does my order get messed up.